Alright, before we get started, all music was produced by Julio, aka me. The acapella used in this was made by Olivertree, and the video was edited also by me.
Don't remind me, I'm minding my own damn business. Don't try to find me, I'm better left alone than in this. It doesn't surprise me. Do you really think that I could care if you really don't like me? Find somebody else, it could be anyone else out there. Don't fret, I don't ever wanna see you, and I never wanna meet you again. One thing, when you're angry, you're a jerk, and then you treat me like I'm worth nothing. Don't fret, I don't ever wanna see you, and I never wanna meet you again. It'll happen again, I'll watch it happen over and over again. Don't fret, I don't ever wanna see you, and I never wanna meet you again. One thing, when you're angry, you're a jerk, and then you treat me like I'm worth nothing. Don't remind me, I'm minding my own damn business. Don't try to find me, I'm better left alone than in this. It doesn't surprise me. Do you really think that I could care if you really don't like me? Find somebody else, it could be anyone else out there. Don't fret, I don't ever wanna see you, and I never wanna meet you again. One thing, when you're angry, you're a jerk, and then you treat me like I'm worth nothing. Don't fret, I don't ever wanna see you, and I never wanna meet you again. It'll happen again, I'll watch it happen over and over again. Don't fret, I don't ever wanna see you, and I never wanna meet you again. One thing, when you're angry, you're a jerk, and then you treat me like I'm worth nothing. Don't fret, I don't ever wanna see you, and I never wanna meet you again. It'll happen again, I'll watch it happen over and over again.
Damn, this is so fucking tragic, bro. Like, it's been like nearly a week since he, actually no, nearly 2 weeks actually, since he passed away. And like, I still can't believe it, bro. I think you guys have already heard the news from, multiple news articles and different, and Instagram posts and all this other stuff. But on June 14th, 2026, Oliver Tree and 5 other victims were involved in a helicopter collision in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. It was a mid-air helicopter crash, and both helicopters ended up landing into an electric car dealership, and it catched on fire, and everyone, all of the 6 victims, they all passed away. It's so tragic, man. Look, I'm not gonna sit here and LARP about being such a humongous fan of Oliver Tree, because, the truth is, I'm not a die-hard fan of Oliver Tree, alright? But I've come to like him because of his actual personality and him as a person. So I wanted to give my sort of little backstory about how I found out about Oliver Tree and all this other stuff. So, for everybody else, everybody has found out about Oliver Tree during the COVID-19 quarantine in 2020, and one of his songs that I found out about was "Life Goes On," and yeah, that was the song that was blowing up everywhere on the internet at the time. And not only that, "Miss You" also came out a little bit after, so both of those songs really boosted, Oliver Tree's fame and like his and like it got him to be noticed more. Sorry that I'm stuttering or stammering as much, but I'm trying to keep this unedited because I don't want to edit anymore. All right, I'm tired. I don't like editing. All right, but anyways, not only that, I had also found out about Oliver Tree in a different way from because his "Miss You" song got a funk remix back in 2022 to 2023, and during that time when I was about 14 or so, I was getting really into the funk scene, and this was during my music career. So I learned about him more like that, but I never really knew him personally until I watched a whole bunch of podcasts, and I ended up coming up to this one podcast that he was in. This podcast show is called Impulsive. Everybody's heard of it, but he was on there about 4 years ago. I'm pretty certain, probably nearly 4 years ago, but he had a drink called Slime into as a predecessor to Prime, and that shit was actually pretty fucking funny. So, like, um, I just I knew him from there, and then I watched a whole bunch of other videos from him, and I saw some other videos that he made, like, what's it called? He challenged Ryan Williams to scootering, and I really enjoyed that video, and not to mention the other video that he made with Ryan Williams. About 5 years later, at this point, I recently found out about that video because I realized that there was a sequel until just now. But what's it called? But yeah, that's how I basically got to find Oliver Tree and all this other stuff. And like I kind of feel like a lot of people were like, "Oh, I'm such a huge fan of Oliver Tree. Oh, I loved his music and all that stuff." Me, um, I I was a fan of him because of just of the person that he was. Like he did think he was different in a way, and not only that, he also was really nice, really respectful. Not like I met the guy. All right, I've never met the guy. All right, but I've seen um, YouTube videos, and I've seen YouTubers and other people talking about their experiences with meeting Oliver Tree, and a lot of those came back positive. And like, if I'm gonna be fair, when I heard the news that he passed away, um, I was asleep. I was asleep over there, and it was like 7 o'clock in the morning, and and when I heard my older brother say that he passed away, my stomach dropped, like it dropped a lot, and it doesn't really happen for me for like celebrities, because like once a celebrity dies, I'm just like, I don't really know them, you know, I hope their family's doing all right and all that other stuff, but this one was a little bit different because. Like for everybody's reaction, nobody expected Oliver Tree to pass away. Not even I expected to wake up one day and then find out that Oliver Tree is dead. So, like, I was just like, no, this can't be real. This has to be fake. So I look all over the internet and it says that he passed away. Wikipedia, YouTube, his page said that he passed away, and I was just like, this can't be true, until I found out that Brazilian authorities ended up finding out that yes, he actually did die, and not only that, the five other people were also dead, and that was tragic. But I didn't know the five other people. I was really focusing about Oliver Tree at that point. But like for me, um, I hope the families of those five other victims are will recover and will do well because from this tragic news, and same with Oliver Tree's family. But I felt that I needed to do a tribute because like it's not I don't really do tributes for celebrities and all this other stuff, but Oliver Tree really did stick out to me, like music wise, because um, I listened to a whole bunch of his music, especially when I was like starting out on my own musical path. And although I don't do the same music genre as him, because he does like alternative rock and stuff, and well, I do alternative hip hop, and I do some other music genres, but that's besides the point. I'm not gonna sit here and say that he helped me because, look, although he didn't really, although his music didn't really catch my eye and gave me inspiration to do all this music, it gave me some sort of boost to just keep going. You know what I mean? I don't know how, I don't know where it came from, but I just felt like seeing his music and seeing his personality and seeing all these different things. I felt like it felt like it gave me like a boost, and that's why today, which is the 26th of June, this is probably about 11 days after he passed away, and I'm late. I'm late on the whole tribute thing, but I just wanted to get my points across. I want to get my opinions and what I think about him, and you know, just talk about him from my perspective. And like yeah, like I was saying before, like this is extremely fucking tragic. Like a helicopter crash, dude. It's probably one of the worst ways to go out, if I'm gonna be dead honest. And when I was looking all over the comments, all I ever saw was Oliver Tree and Kobe Bryant because both of them died in a helicopter crash. But the thing is, I found out that Kobe Bryant's death was from bad weather, and well, in Oliver Tree's case, it was a collision. So, you know, both helicopters crashed into each other, and it was just fucking sad. And I can't imagine how horrible that must be. Like you crash into a helicopter, and all you can think about is fear, and all you can think about is fear, and then next thing you know, you hit the ground. Well, you don't really hit the ground, but you hit a dealership, and well, that dealership explodes into a fiery thing, and all this other stuff, and you know, just all that other stuff. But recently, I actually found out the news that they actually found out his remains due to his dental work, and that was really fucking sad because they couldn't even recognize him without his dental records. Like, they had to get his dental records from the US to Brazil to identify that it was actually Oliver Tree. And I think that was just fucking sad because, according to what people have said, his body was so unrecognizable. Like, no one knew if it was Oliver Tree or not. Like, all the other victims have been recognized, but Oliver Tree's body was just so unrecognizable, according to people. And, yeah. And then later on, I found out that his body was returned back to California to where he could rest. So, you know, it's very enlightening in a way. He gets to return back to where he was born, and now he finally rests in his home state in America, California. But I feel like what we could learn from all this is just enjoy life. Like I know you might be there's people that might be depressed, and they want to kill themselves and all this other stuff, and it's just there's a lot of people who hate themselves, but I feel like that despite all of that, um, you should just enjoy life, enjoy it while it lasts, because you only get one life, and once it's done, it's done. Like for me, like there won't be another version of me. So when I pass away, which I don't know when that will be, um, I just try to enjoy my life more, because after seeing his death and all this other stuff, I feel like I could learn from his experience and just try to live life a little bit more comfortably and try not to worry so much about things. And it's just yeah, it's really bad, but I might just end the video here for now because I'm kind of getting a little bit choked up, sort of. But, you know, rest in peace, Oliver Tree. You are amazing in every ways. Musically, your personality, your everything. You meant a lot to a lot of people, friends, family, fans, everybody. You meant a lot to everybody, and I feel like everybody I feel like there was a lot of people who appreciated you before you went, and even after you're gone now, people still appreciate you. So yeah, rest in peace, Oliver Tree. You're legendary. There will never be another one of you, and we all hope that we could be able to see you in the next life. Anyways, that's enough for me. My name is Julio, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye bye.
That's a schmob! Scooter died, bitch!